It's the biggest party of the summer. SummerSlam is happening tomorrow. We actually have more than 5 matches on this show, and given that it's a big 5 pay-per-view, that actually makes a lot of sense. Not just more than 5 matches, but just about every single match on this show has a story that I'm looking forward to. Like, almost every match on this show could main event the show. A lot to talk about, let's get into it. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me talk to you guys. I know I have not uploaded in 3 weeks, going on a month. For those of you wondering, I'm fine. I'm good. I've been watching and covering wrestling consistently for so long that sometimes your boy just needs a bit of a breather from wrestling content and wrestling in general. So I need to take a mini break from it so that way I don't burn out on it like I did in the past. Also for me, on a personal level, I'm getting to a point in my life where I don't want to go down as just a pro wrestling content creator. I want to go down, like, legacy-wise, as a content creator. Like, obviously, I understand you guys are here because I talk about wrestling and you're here for the wrestling content, but sometimes I gotta remind myself that that's not all that Tyler Williams is. Sometimes I gotta take a bit of a break and go out and do other things. Whether that be getting back into gaming, whether that be getting back into movies, whether that be getting back into kayaking and traveling, which are all things that I love doing that I don't really share too much on YouTube because that's not what gets the views. Like, if I do take a break, I'm usually doing one of those 4 things, and a lot of the times I will go do that on Instagram because I know I can do videos like that on there and, like, views won't be bad and people will actually, want to see it. Going into 2025, I think I might be doing less wrestling content, but don't worry, that's a conversation we're going to have a little bit later on down the line. But I'm here now. SummerSlam is here now, so let's get into the predictions now. In 2024, Triple H put together a WWE match card with only 7 matches? What? I was shocked too, bro. I thought for sure maybe he was going to push 8 because we might add Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable. Triple H said no. Chad Gable, we have buried you enough on pay-per-view. We will now only have you lose on Monday Night Raw. I respect Triple H for doing that. Like I said, 7 matches. Let's get into it. Sami Zayn defends his WWE Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker. There's somebody out there that is a very big Sami Zayn fan. I too, once upon a time, was a very big Sami Zayn fan. Not that I would say I'm not a fan anymore, but I was a much bigger fan then than I am now. And to the fans who actually want Sami Zayn to win at SummerSlam and beat Braun Breaker for a second time, just remember that hell is hot. So don't keep the devil waiting, friend. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. You can call me a Sami Zayn op, that's fine. I wouldn't say I am one, but I get it. I didn't want Sami Zayn to win at WrestleMania when he beat Gunther. I didn't want Sami Zayn to win any of his matches against Chad Gable, but he won them. I didn't want Sami Zayn to beat Braun Breaker at Money in the Bank, but he did. I didn't want Sami Zayn to beat Ilya Dragunov on Monday Night Raw, but I had a feeling he was going to, so I skipped the match so I didn't piss myself off. Now we circle back to maybe the 7th Sami Zayn match I don't think he should be winning right now. I need y'all to understand right now, this is 100% personal bias. Every single person Sami Zayn has beaten in the last 3 months have been personal favorites of mine, which is why it's making me so mad. When he enters this match with Braun Breaker, who is a current favorite of mine, I'm rooting against him once again. I am once again rooting against Sami Zayn, and I need you all to understand that I do not hate Sami Zayn. I merely hate the position that WWE has put me in with Sami Zayn. Therefore, if I'm a betting man, my money is on Sami Zayn winning this match because he has plot armor apparently. However, I'm going to go with my heart and say Sami Zayn loses this match and Braun Breaker walks out the new Intercontinental Champion. And if Sami Zayn wins this match, then I might actually have a fucking heart attack. Logan Paul will be defending his United States Championship against LA Knight. It looks like Logan Paul remembered that as a US champion, you must defend the US Championship at least once every 4 months. So this is now his time to defend the title. Is he on like a quarterly defense contract or something? He's only defended a title 3 times in the last like 9 months. I remember being happy when he won and being like, oh yeah, this is gonna put WWE on the map and, get a lot of mainstream eyes watching the product because he's carrying the title everywhere. Well, part of people actually watching the product because you're the champion involves you actually being on the fucking product. If you're not going to be defending the title, that is the reason why people are tuning in to see you, then why the fuck are you the champion in the first place? So my pick should be very obvious, and I'm sure all of you should be picking the same answer. It's LA Knight. Is LA Knight as over as he was, like, this time last year? No, I wouldn't say so. But he is still over, and at this point, I would take anybody being US champion over Logan Paul. We've been through the cycle of absentee champions already. I've had enough of it. Let's get all of our champions currently full-time on the roster, please and thank you. Bayley defends her WWE Women's Championship against Queen Nia Jax. This is probably the one and only match on the show that I don't care for as much as the others, but I'm still mildly excited for it. I think it's mainly that Bayley has not really had a story since she won the title at WrestleMania. Like, she has been feuding with almost nobody this entire reign she's had. She's had this little mini thing going on with Naomi that I feel like is reaching a boiling point at some point where Naomi's going to turn on her or something's going to happen, but it still hasn't happened yet. Maybe today's the day where she shows her true colors and turns on Bayley, and that leads to Nia Jax winning the Women's Championship. That could be a possibility. And you know what? I'm going to go on a whim and say that's going to happen. That's my prediction. Nia Jax is the new Women's Champion walking out of this match. I'll take it a step further and say Tiffany Stratton will cash in on this match as well, win the title, and she will be the Women's Champion as well on this show. Mind you, that's all a big shot in the dark, but it's just so crazy that I'm going to go with it anyway. Damian Priest defends his World Heavyweight Championship against King Gunther. Gunther, I feel like, has been persona non grata since winning the King of the Ring tournament. He's been almost absent on Raw up until recently where he was facing Finn Balor. He resurfaced in just enough time to cash in his right to get a championship match at this show. And listen, I've been enjoying Damian Priest's role on Raw, being the leader of the Judgment Day, all of his segments with Carlito and Dominic and JD McDonough, and even his reign has been really good. I wouldn't mind him actually being champion a bit longer. The only issue is we're going into Bash in Berlin later this month, and Gunther just so happens to be Austrian, so it would make perfect sense for him to be champion going into that show. Or maybe Gunther loses here and then he wins the title of Bash in Berlin, but that's kind of just a rehash of Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. Why not just do it now? The only men who have pinned Gunther in WWE have been Sami Zayn and Ilya Dragunov. And for the time being, I think it should stay that way. I think as soon as you have Gunther just losing matches like everybody else on the roster, his aura is gone. Gunther still carries himself like a badass and he still has this energy to him. Protecting him is the only way to keep that same aura. Best way to do that is to have him win this match, so my prediction, Gunther becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. Custody of Dominic Mysterio match as Liv Morgan defends her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. This has been one of the storylines carrying WWE. Rhea Ripley getting injured after WrestleMania, Liv Morgan taking the title and basically attempting to take her man the whole time. It seems like in the end Dominic Mysterio sided with Rhea Ripley, but I don't suspect that's how this show is going to go. Something is telling me that Dominic Mysterio is going to end up signing with Liv Morgan in the end. He's going to succumb to the siren. He's going to cave, and he's going to align with Liv Morgan. He's going to help her retain her Women's Championship. I also think Liv Morgan is full of shit and she's going to turn on Dominic right after the match because her whole plan was to take everything away from Rhea Ripley, not to be with Dominic Mysterio. Being with Dominic was just a crux in the plan, not the whole plan. Dominic Mysterio will be left in the ring, broken, defeated, and bitchless. Liv Morgan's still going to be champion though, and that's my prediction. CM Punk finally goes one-on-one with Drew McIntyre with special guest referee Seth Rollins. I know Drew McIntyre prayed for this to happen, but I'm just praying that CM Punk makes it out of this match in one piece. On some R. Kelly shit, we all know CM Punk's mind has been telling him yes, but his body's been telling him no. That being said, this has been the single best storyline in all of WWE throughout the entire duration of the summer. It's been cooking since Royal Rumble, which I was at, and I was happy that I was there for it. I wish I could be at SummerSlam to see this match happen, but I unfortunately won't be there. Seth Rollins will be there as the special guest referee though, which plays a pretty vital role here. There could be a fast count, there could be a screw job, maybe he plays it down the middle. There's the unpredictability factor here that I'm too not sure about, but I'm actually very excited to see how it goes. As far as who wins, honestly, you can go with either person because this storyline will stretch throughout probably the duration of the year. This is not their only match, so CM Punk could win, Drew McIntyre could win, and both men are fine. But my money is Drew McIntyre wins. Drew McIntyre needs to get back at this point. CM Punk has ruined everything for Drew McIntyre. So much so that I almost feel like Drew's the babyface in all of this, when he really isn't. So my money's on Drew, but again, if he doesn't win, it's fine. He'll get a win back later on. Cody Rhodes defends the WWE Universal Championship against Solo Sikoa. Every time I see this match card, I say to myself, Solo Sikoa is just not ready yet. Not that he's not a fully developed wrestler, he's just not ready to be world champion yet. If he wins, I don't think I'll be mad, but I'll just kind of be like, oh, okay. Got Fatu's kind of like standing right there, but all right, go with him. That's cool. I do believe Cody Rhodes is going to retain the title. At the very end of the match, Roman Reigns comes out and he eyes down Solo and we go off air. Catch me live on YouTube for it tomorrow, baby. See you there.